Hey busy bees! I have gotten into the Instant Pot craze. Have you? An Instant Pot is a pressure cooker that has been life-changing. So I thought I'd share some of my favorite curry recipes with you adapted for a pressure cooker. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Japanese beef curry, a Thai chicken curry, and a Vietnamese chicken curry called GARLIG. It's one of my childhood favorite dishes, and best thing of all, you can feed an army of busy bees in just 45 minutes or less with the Instant Pot. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and be sure to subscribe for more fast, delicious, and healthy recipes. And we'll go ahead and get started with our spices. First, we have some garam masala, and then this Japanese curry powder that has a very unique blend, and it has orange peel, fennel, star anise, bay leaves, cardamom, some red curry paste that has lemongrass, kaffir lime, all that good stuff. And then finally, some MADRAS curry powder. This MADRAS powder is the one that you typically find at the supermarket. Oh, and we also have some kaffir lime leaves that's really unique for the Thai curry. These are the spices that we need, and even though they're all curry, they all use different spices, so it's good to differentiate the difference between them. Okay, now that we've cleared that up, let's go ahead and get into our Japanese beef curry. First, I'm starting with an onion. I'll just peel it, give it a rough chop, and set it aside. Now I'll peel and chop 2 carrots in about 1-inch chunks. If it's too big, just cut it in half. Set that aside. And then I have 4 small YUKON gold potatoes that I'll also peel and chop into 1-inch chunks. Okay, now for the beef. I bought 1.5 pounds of beef stew meat at the butcher. Beef stew meat comes already chopped, but if you want to buy your own, I recommend beef chuck or even beef sirloin. Now I'll just pat each piece dry and throw it into my bowl. We'll quickly season it with 1 teaspoon of kosher salt and some fresh cracked pepper. Now just mix with your hands. Alright, now we can start cooking. Now it's time to throw everything together and we're gonna make our curry roux from scratch. No curry blocks here. On our Instant Pot, we'll hit the saute button and adjust it to the more level. Let it get hot, then we'll melt 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Let it melt completely. Then I'll add in a 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour. Let it get nice and toasty. Mix it well. Now I'm adding in 2 tablespoons of my S&B curry powder, 1 tablespoon of garam masala, just to give it a nice curry blend. I'll let the spices get toasted, and now I'm going to scrape it all out to save it for later. If making the roux is too hard or you can't find the right spice, you can go ahead and use these curry blocks right here. They sell them all over the place now, and to be honest, I grew up eating this in college and it was so delicious, so these are perfectly fine, but I just think making your own has so much more flavor. Alright, moving on, I'll add in about a tablespoon of olive oil, add a little bit of beef cubes at a time, and then we're gonna brown our meat. I'm just adding a little bit of beef cubes at a time so that it doesn't steam and gives it a nice sear, like this. I'll let it cook on each side for about 2 minutes. This baby gets hot. When it's done, we'll take the chunks out and throw in another batch. And just repeat until we're done. Okay, now we'll throw all the beef back into the pot, stir it around, dump in our onions, and let it cook for about 2 minutes. Smells so good already. Once the onions are fragrant, we'll throw in 2 cloves of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of minced ginger, mix that around, let it cook for another minute. Then I'll add 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce to give it some nice smoky flavor, 1 tablespoon of ketchup to brighten things up, 1 tablespoon of honey for balance, and then our beautiful curry roux. This is where if you guys are using those curry blocks, you can add them in, but making your own is so much better. Give it another good mix. Okay, now we'll add in our carrots, potatoes, and 2 cups of chicken broth. Give that another good mix and make sure everything is submerged. Now we're ready to close it up and get cooking. Actually, the Instant Pot will get cooking. I'll put it on the meat and stew setting for 20 minutes. You guys, this video is not sponsored. I just feel like it's been life-changing for me because I have such a busy schedule and I like to have fast but still meals that taste like it took hours to make, and this shortcut right here has been life-changing. When it's done, we'll go ahead and let it depressurize in the pot for about 15 minutes. This will continue cooking the beef and potatoes, making it super tender. But if you're in a hurry, go ahead and vent it. I'll go ahead and remove the lid, and ta-da! Dinner is ready. Oh, look at that beautiful curry. It's nice and thick from the roux, but I think it needs a little bit more salt. So I'll add in half a teaspoon of kosher salt, give it a final mix, and let's serve this baby. Oh, yum! I'm serving it over a bowl of short grain rice, and I want to make sure to get chunks of everything and lots of curry sauce. And finally, I'll garnish it with some pickled ginger. And now it's time for a taste test. Let's get a little bit of everything. The curry is just how I remember it in Japan. Japanese curry is thick and almost gravy-like. And then the meat is so tender. Using the pressure cooker, it takes like a quarter of the time to get it this tender, because cooking it on a regular stovetop would take like 2 hours to get it this soft. This is so good. You guys have to try this. All right, moving on to our next one. It's our Thai chicken curry. First, we'll start by prepping our veggies. Here I have 1 bell pepper that I'll just cut off the top, take out the seeds, and now I'll chop it into small juliennes. I'll set it aside, and then I'll peel and thinly slice my carrot. Perfect. Chop, chop, chop. And then I have 2 chicken breasts that I'll also thinly slice. Set that aside. And here I have my cornucopia of ingredients, everything that's going to go into our Instant Pot. Again, put it on the saute mode and adjust it to the more setting. I'll wait till it gets nice and hot. Then I'll add in about 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Throw in my onions and saute it for about 2 minutes. Then I'll add 2 cloves of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of minced ginger. Let it saute down and get fragrant. And then I'll add in my sliced chicken breast, season it with some kosher salt, mix it around just to cook it a little bit. Then I'm adding 3 tablespoons of my curry paste. I'll mix it around thoroughly, letting it coat each of the chicken pieces. Then I'll add in 2 kaffir lime leaves, half a cup of chicken broth, half a can of coconut milk. Mix it around. Then finally, I'll add in 2 tablespoons of fish sauce and 1 tablespoon of packed brown sugar. Lots of mixing here because you don't want the bottom of the pot to burn. Alright, now I'll cover it up and we'll just make sure our chicken is cooked on the poultry setting. I'll set it for 5 minutes and we'll wait. Once it's done, I'm going to vent it real quick. Let it depressurize and voila! We're not done yet though. I'll give it another mix. Then I'll add in my bell peppers, carrots, and some chopped baby corn. It's my favorite in this dish. These are the veggies that I like to add, but I've also seen it with bok choy, green beans, or even broccoli, but you can try whatever combo you like. Finally, we'll add the rest of the can of coconut milk. Give it 1 more mix, and let's close it up. I'll cook it on poultry setting for 3 minutes. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention is when closing the lid, make sure that dial on top is on sealed because you want it to pressurize when you're cooking. Once our 3 minutes are over, I'll vent it and we'll open it back up. Everything's done cooking. That literally took 8 minutes, plus the time it took to get up to pressure. Oh yeah, now I'll remove the kaffir lime leaves because you can't eat that. And I'll scoop it into my bowl. Another kaffir lime leaf got stuck in there, but it kind of looks pretty. I'll garnish it with some cilantro, and let's give it a try. To serve this Thai chicken curry, I like to put the rice on the side. The chicken is so tender, and the kaffir lime leaves really just perfumes the whole dish with this citrusy scent. It's so good. You can find kaffir lime leaves at any Asian market. Yum! Alright, now let's move on to our final curry dish, which is the Vietnamese chicken curry, aka GARLIG. Here I'll start with 2 stalks of lemongrass that I'll just cut into large chunks. And then I'll smash it down with my knife. This will release a lot of the fragrance. I'll set it aside. Now I have 1 1/4 pounds of chicken thigh that I'll cut into large chunks. Put them into a bowl. And then I'll add a few drumsticks, because that's how my mom made it. Now I'll season it with 1 tablespoon of the MADRAS curry, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of kosher salt, and some freshly cracked pepper. I'll give it a good mix. And that's our quick marinade. And ta-da, here's everything that we're going to be using for this recipe. Adjust it to the more setting and wait till it gets hot. In the Instant Pot, I'll add in some olive oil, throw in my onions, let it saute for a few minutes. I'll add 3 cloves of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of minced ginger, and just cook it until everything's nice and fragrant. Now I'll throw in my chicken, 3 more tablespoons of the MADRAS curry, 2 tablespoons of fish sauce, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and I'll just give it a good mix. Now we'll add our chopped lemongrass, 1 bay leaf, 3/4 of a cup of chicken broth, half a can of our coconut milk, and mix it around. Mix and submerge everything. Then we'll throw in 2 chopped carrots and 4 chopped potatoes. Final mix. Close it up. Again, this one I'll put on our meat and stew setting for 20 minutes. Once it's done, I'll vent it and open sesame. I'll add in the last half of my coconut milk just to give it a more coconutty flavor, and season it with some kosher salt to taste. Alright, curry's up. A little bit of everything. I'll add it to my bowl. Garnish it with some cilantro. And just like my parents, I'm eating it with some Vietnamese French baguette. I like to dip it in this curry sauce first. Dipping the bread in the curry is my favorite part. I've done this for as long as I could remember growing up. Alright, now let's get the rest. Some potatoes, chicken, I guess a piece of cilantro. The curry is mild with that light coconut sauce, and the chicken just melts in your mouth. This brings back so much childhood memories with my dad. Vietnamese curry was like his favorite dish ever. Okay, how many of you busy bees have a pressure cooker or use the Instant Pot? Like I said, I use mine all the time, and I've actually shown you how to make carnitas and even pho on my Insta story. If you guys don't have one though, not to worry. I'm gonna translate all of these recipes for stovetop cooking on my blog next week, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! If you guys love Asian food and want to see more recipes, be sure to check out my other videos, Easy Pho 3 Ways and 3 Incredible Noodle Bowls. And be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates and announcements.